Hello everybody, happy Halloween. Thank you so much for checking out the video. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we are going to be doing a top 5 spooky Scorched location. Now of course this is just my opinion, so let me know in the description if I missed any spots that you would have put in your top 5 or even just your top 5. But let's get into it here. So at number 5, I picked for my list, Wavy Willard's Water Park. Now, I think people would have this higher on their list, but I just don't have the greatest luck here. I would say I usually do find one, but it is a bigger area to explore, so that's why it's number 5 on my list. But still, a great place to go to. Make sure you're checking down below as well. Just make sure you're firing your gun and you will hear the sound cue, just in case you have to go down in the tunnels there. And just make sure you're looking everywhere. Like I said, it is a very big place. Okay, and number 4 on my list, we have Bolton Greens. This is one of my favorite places to go to, just because it's a real small area, and I find up to 4 or 5 here sometimes. They're always here, it seems, and like I said, it's a very small area. The inside here can be a little bit harder to navigate, but it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. I also want to say, make sure you're going out in the field and checking out for Spooky Scorched as well, too. There are a bunch out here. I just want to show you how far I actually run down here to get the Spooky Scorched. And, yeah, good luck everyone grabbing, the Spooky Scorched treat bag there while the meat's rolling down the hill. But yes, make sure you're coming all the way over here as well. They do spawn over here. Okay, so number 3 on the list, we have Helva. Now, I would think this would be on most people's top 5 list. They're pretty much always here. I would say a small to medium area. And yeah, like I said, like 2 to 3 I'm finding here, like consistently. So a real good place. Definitely, I would say this is on most people's top 5 list. And I'm just going to show you here too. Don't forget to go up and check the church. Now, the reason you want to do that is because they will stay in a frozen state like the Scorched do, and the audio cue may not trigger until you go over here and start shooting. So just keep that in mind. And you can see there was a Spooky Scorched here on one of my other runs, so they do spawn in here. So just keep that in mind. Number 2 on the list, we have Poseidon Energy Plant. Now, this is probably my favorite place to go to. I did put it at 2 because you do have to come onto the roof here. I highly recommend going on the roof anyway, because I find 2 or 3 up here more than often. And yeah, just a great place to come to. Make sure you're checking these cooling towers as well. I usually find one over here as well, and I would say I easily find 3 to 5 at Poseidon consistently. But it is a bigger place to, navigate, and so you will have to do a little bit more running around, and that's why it's not my number 1 pick. So it is a great place to go to, though. Maybe my favorite. But at number 1 of the top 5 list, I just had to pick Morgantown. And I think this would be a lot of people's number 1 pick. And the good thing about Morgantown Airport is you can actually start at Morgantown Train Yard, and there's more often than not a couple Spooky Scorched over here as well. Now, this is just one of the reasons why Morgantown is a great place to go to. And then when you're done the train yard, like I said, you can just pretty much run over to the airfield here, like I'm showing, and you will more than likely find some Spooky Scorched. Don't quote me, you're not always going to find them. Just keep that in mind on your runs, everybody. Even though this is the top 5 list, you're probably going to have the odd time that you won't find one of the Spooky Scorched. I just wanted to throw that out there. Just keep grinding. These are definitely my top 5 picks. I've probably found about 700 to 800 Spooky Scorched by now, by counting all the carry weight booster rewards that I've gotten. So I think this is a great list, and I'm telling you, if you just keep trying these places, you're definitely going to find some Spooky Scorched. If you're able to do it in a private lobby, then just when you're done your little route, just go to a place where there are no Spooky Scorched, leave the server, and come back in about 10 seconds, and they will respawn. And again, at Morgantown, I want to point out too, when you're done checking out all those areas, you can come over and start Collision Course, which will give you another 5 spawns of Spooky Scorched. So hands down, I just had to have Morgantown at my number 1 on the list, which I'm sure most people would agree with. But of course, if you don't agree with it, then let me know again what your top 5 list would be for the places to go to for Spooky Scorched. I would love to hear some feedback, everybody. And again, happy Halloween. There's going to be more than a couple uploads today, so get ready for it. And as always, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a fantastic Halloween.